Hello everyone, my name is Rob Huffstedtler. Today it's the 20th of October 2021. Here in the Northern Hemisphere, that means we're pulling in the last of the tomatoes and we're watching the leaves change. For all of us around the world though, it means that we're getting ready for our MVP application process to begin. And what I'd like to do today is offer you a few tips for those of you who are applying as an Ambassador MVP to put together the best application possible. Let's begin with some general guidelines that apply regardless of what category of MVP you're applying to become. First, only put items on your application that apply to the current year. As an MVP, we're looking for consistent contribution from you to the community. So while we value the things that you've done in the past, and many of them continue to have a lasting impact, every year we want to see new things that continue to add value. Make sure the items on your application show a substantial investment of your own effort. We're really looking for things that show your own ideas and your own leadership, not just participation. The items also need to be verifiable. Great example of this. If you're using a blog post or a white paper as evidence of your contribution, it's very helpful for it to have a byline so that we can clearly see that you were one of the writers. If you've done a presentation, it's helpful if that presentation is listed on a SUG's webpage, for example. Now, all of this differs a little bit for ambassadors because ambassadors often are coordinating the efforts of others on a larger deliverable, and sometimes one that's not publicly available. In those cases, make sure that you've got some evidence from others who've worked with you on the effort that you really did drive it. In the case of those of you who are working in closed ecosystems, this often will be somebody at Sitecore that you've collaborated with as you've put your white paper or your partner solution or whatever together. Also, big important thing. Last year, many of the applications across all the categories pointed to a decrease in contribution as a result of COVID. It was harder to get out and do presentations. A lot of user groups took some time off and so on. That's not a valid excuse any longer. Everyone has adapted to a hybrid world where many things are digital. There's all kinds of opportunity to present remotely. There's all kinds of opportunity to write, to put things on YouTube. Although we're hopefully nearing the end of the lockdowns, I think we're going to continue to exist in a hybrid world, and some of the things that we've learned as a result of COVID are going to continue to be part of our reality going forward. So you need to be effective in that hybrid model. Let's talk about what is an Ambassador MVP. You can think of the role as very analogous to an ambassador in the political sphere. It's a person who helps one community understand another community and represents the interests of them to each other. There's no hierarchy in the MVP program. Technologists, strategists, and ambassadors are equally valuable. They just create that value in different ways. Technologists and strategists are primarily inward-facing, towards the community. They make the community better by teaching others who already know and love Sitecore new things. Ambassadors, on the other hand, make the community bigger by showing people outside the community how much of a difference Sitecore could make for them. Ambassadors are all about driving the vision that gets Sitecore customers excited to invest in building solutions on the platform. That creates the opportunities for our technologists and our strategists to do meaningful work for those customers. So, what should you include on your Ambassador application? This list is not by any means exhaustive, but it is some of the things that we frequently see on Ambassador applications that represent the value we're looking for in the role. Get quoted talking about Sitecore in non-Sitecore produced media. Think about industry publications, for instance. Influence or assist your customers in creating and submitting proof points that Sitecore and partners can use in marketing. To make this concrete, really push to get your customers to apply for Sitecore Experience Awards or to submit a case study. Speak at non-Sitecore events about business and vision topics. You need to bring a Sitecore flavor to it, but your talk can be primarily about a business issue, like how does composable DXP as a concept fit the evolving business models of our customers? What are the particular challenges that an industry like consumer packaged goods might have, and how can Sitecore and your solutions address those? Write vision or solution-oriented articles and blog posts in non-Sitecore media. The key thing here is think about where are there people in the world who don't know about Sitecore, who need to know about Sitecore, and find ways to take your messaging to those people. Publish major thought leadership pieces like white papers. These can be used in your own marketing. It's okay if they're minimally gated, for instance, requiring an email address, as long as they're high quality and are something that people would be apt to share with friends or colleagues, rather than something that has to be entirely pushed by a marketing group. Substantially represent Sitecore in a closed ecosystem. Think about our larger customers and partners. In many cases, there will be a small group of Sitecore enthusiasts supporting one particular system or one particular practice, and there will be literally hundreds of people who have no awareness of Sitecore at all. Some of these companies have internal technology conferences, or they have developer communities or communities of practice that would be an appropriate place for you to do internal presentations. Obviously, these are much harder to validate. If you're willing to share your slides or a video as part of your application, that can be tremendously helpful. Supporting Sitecore user groups is another great way to add value as an ambassador. In particular, if you are on the leadership team and helping that group recruit speakers, grow the community, etc., that is an incredibly valuable aspect of what you do. And lastly, explain the community to us. Tell us about your customers. Tell us what you need to make Sitecore attractive and engaging to either your customers or your colleagues within your organization. In many cases, this will occur in forums like the Partner Advisory Council. All of those are some ideas based on things we've seen in strong applications from the past. As I said before, it's by no means comprehensive. If you think you've done some other activity that fits with that theme of either helping us understand how to grow the ecosystem or helping people who don't know Sitecore get excited about Sitecore, by all means, put it on the application. Thank you so much for your time. I wish you the best of luck in putting together a great application, and I'm looking forward to being part of the reviewing committee again this year.